So I'm going to have a little talk about something that I really have a problem with the autism community. And honestly, everyone, but I expect better from the autism community because a lot of you have probably faced this yourselves. So why are you turning around and doing it to someone else is my point. And that is radio silence. So whenever I try to talk about things that bother me or try to, highlight people who have been wronging me, like that one hater that went out of their way to basically attack me and kept doubling down because apparently he's too unintelligent to actually do something original. People just watch and they don't really say anything. And, obviously this isn't just this one video that there's a problem on. I've noticed this in a lot of videos and it's really irritating. It's like, come on. You have a member of your community who's being attacked and belittled and venting about things that bother them and you don't say anything? I mean, come on. That's not cool. That's not cool regardless, but especially if it's a member of your community and something that a lot of you have probably been through where you've tried to talk about things that bother you and get silenced, and then you have an opportunity to not perpetuate the cycle, and here we go. Someone's talking about something that bothers them? Nothing. Someone's talking about someone who's attacking them? Nothing. And this isn't even just videos that I've had a problem with. It's been multiple Discord groups where I've tried to open up about things that bothered me. In Need a Friend and Vent tabs, no less, where, it should be expected that someone would say something like that. And you get this radio silence where you're expecting and needing someone to acknowledge what you're saying and give you some emotional support and just back you up for once in your freaking life because you're tired of doing everything with no one on your side. Because it's not right, and people could do so much better if they just tried. And here you are doing this, and people are just ignoring you. Like multiple tens of people, hundreds of people in these servers are ignoring you wholeheartedly. It's not just, you only get a couple replies, you're not happy with that. Nothing. You get nothing, as Willy Wonka says. And then eventually you get fed up with it and say, now come on, I deserve better than this. I've suffered enough. I know you guys are online. I know you could do better than this. You're basically talking about other things in the same channel like no tomorrow. But then when I try to talk about something, suddenly you're just not there. I need better, and I'm not going to put up with this anymore. And then you get these people always coming out of the woodwork making the same stupid, jaded, false arguments. People are busy. You can't expect anyone to do that for you. So every single person on that server was too busy to even acknowledge my existence. In servers that are in excess of 100 people. Because I call BS on that. And especially I call BS because the evidence doesn't support it. As I said, people are talking about unrelated things in the same channel after I've mentioned that thing. So why is it that they can acknowledge that, but they can't acknowledge me? And it just, again, it's been this constant cycle of me trying to reach out, get some support, being ignored, getting eventually fed up after it happens several times, standing my ground and saying, do better than this, I'm not putting up with this anymore. And then these people coming out of the woodwork showing no sympathy and having the audacity to attack me and defend these people who are just awful and lazy. And I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Enough is enough. It's not okay regardless. Let me just say that. It's not magically okay because neurotypicals do it. But neurotypicals I expect it from. People in this community, guys, we need to do better than this. We know how much it sucks. We faced it ourselves. Do better. Come on, it sucks. This is a major problem with this community. I really do feel that way. I've had to leave multiple Discord groups because of this exact same problem. I've had to leave a freaking nonprofit because, again, same problem. I try to talk about personal issues. People basically ignore me, and then immediately, and one of them, too, is like, hey, I've had a lot of people basically talk over me in the past, and then immediately they start talking over me again and talking about unrelated stuff. And then the group leader starts simping for them when I call them out and say, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's so rude. This is a major problem in this community. It's a major problem everywhere, but in this community, I think, you guys need to do better. I mean, I'm holding you to a higher standard because you should know what it's like to be in this situation that I'm in. So why are you doing it to me when you know how much it sucks to be in that situation? Again, neurotypicals shouldn't do it either. Let's be very clear about that. But at least if they said, I don't know what it's like, I could sort of believe them because it's like, they don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to just be constantly ignored, constantly ostracized by everybody just because of who you are. A lot of you do. I've seen it in your videos. I know you know what this is like. So you need to stop this cycle and stop perpetuating this. You know, when people are making videos and they're clearly being attacked, say something once in a while. When people are making videos calling out problems that face this community, like the video. I mean, just stop with the radio silence. I hate that. It's the worst. Actually, no. Haters are the worst, but it's a very close second. Let me just say that. So, I mean, as they say, the opposite of support is apathy. And I'm seeing a lot of apathy here. At least, and maybe that's not what you're intending, but that's what it's coming off as. So, yeah, I'm fine trying to call these issues out and put them on the spotlight and helping the community, but there needs to be a little bit of love coming back once in a while, too. It's not right to basically just do this. Like, I mean, it's just not right, you know? This is a major problem. I've really faced this so many times in my life where I just feel like no one understands, no one wants to listen, and you go to this community that should understand more than anyone else, and it's the same thing. Literally got bullied out of the Brony fandom for the same reason. You know, I try to talk about things that bother me, write very personal stories, and people just keep vote bombing it and doubling down when I call it out. It's like, and literally no one's on my side. Not one person backed me up and said, leave that guy the hell alone. He's going through a lot. No one. So, yeah, I know the Brony fandom has an autism component, so there you go. That's another example of how this community needs to do a lot better. So, from now on, I really hope that this radio silence thing will be a little bit less extreme. That's all I'm going to say. Because if it does continue like this, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm going to keep fighting for a while, but there is a point where if I don't see some sort of support and I don't feel like it's worthwhile, I might just move on to something else. So again, I know I could do a lot of things for this community. I've had people say I have a really good voice. I'm very stubborn and passionate. I know I could help this community a lot, but you got to accept me and support me when I need help too. That's how things work. You help each other. It's not just, oh, I got to do all this stuff and then I need help and no one does anything. That ain't right. So, yeah, I don't care if this came off as entitled. Sometimes people who have suffered are entitled to a little bit of a break once in a while.